Rideshare Commando here, and I wanted to share a story with you. Just because right now it's kind of a slow time, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I haven't had a ride in about 10-15 minutes. So, here is kind of a little mini story. Like, I'm not going to use the word horror story, but it was a very rough ride. So, what ended up happening was, I picked up this girl who, I'm going to call her Genesis. And I was accepting a Lyft ride, and her big burly brother got in, reeking of alcohol, just horribly reeking of alcohol. And he was a little bit high too. So, he gets in the car with her. She's fairly quiet, she's drunk too. And, big surprise, they enter in the wrong address for me to go to. So, I start driving down the wrong way, and I hear in the back, "I don't know where you're taking us, but if I have my tool, this would be fixed right quick." So immediately I thought, there's something wrong here. So I asked them, and of course they got more and more irritated about me asking them, okay, is there something wrong? Did I miss a turn? I was very polite. And then it comes to find out, okay, this is where it's taking me. You don't have to threaten me, which they did. Basically it was to, here's exactly what he said. "I'm Ken doll, you're Barbie, and your face is gonna be plastic if I have to get up in that front seat." He said almost exactly that. It was hilarious, in a bad way. So, I'm doing this ride, right? And all of a sudden I see this bottle right here. It was close enough that I know it was 29.9% alcohol by volume. I could read it because it was right next to my face. And this guy was 275 pounds, 6'3", nice big and burly guy, drunk off his ass. So, what do I do in that situation? I fall back to my training, my background, which is somewhat in the art of negotiation, NLP, that type of deal. So I keep my tone calm, even though my heart is racing, because I've been through stressful situations like that. And this guy, he's saying, "Oh, well, turn around," and the girl jumps in and gives me the actual address. So I jump into maps, we change it around, and then he's still holding the bottle next to my head, and he says, "Change radio station. I don't want to listen to this." And it was on, I think, country or something like that. So I switch it over. "No, not that. Not that." And we get to hip hop. And apparently that was acceptable. So, and she's just sitting back there like dazed off her mind. She's doing that whole Stevie Wonder thing. And he's, shouting out whatever commands, and then, yup. And of course the bottle is no less than a foot away from me at all times. And one bottle to the head, a nice big bottle, completely empty by the way. Yeah, that can do some serious damage, especially when you're driving. So, we end up getting closer to the destination, then she says, "Oh, take a left here." Do what she say. Yeah, listen to her. And this whole time, under threat. And if I had done anything different in my mannerism, I guarantee you I would have been attacked. I've been in situations like these before. Granted, different scenario, but the guy was volatile, and at that moment the only thing that I could do was remain calm. But know this, every single light pole that came by, I watched it. Because if it escalated in any way, shape, or form, I was going to go straight into a light pole. Because guess what? I had a seatbelt, I have an airbag, and that guy was not buckled up. So, I would have come out okay. But these are the thoughts that were going through my head. End all be all, I kept a calm tone, I kept reassuring them, "Oh, you're not going to be charged for this ride." Straight up lie. But the lie got me through. And I kept trying to reassure them that, "Oh no, it's an app thing and so on and so forth, it happens." And I get closer to the destination. He says, wait, pull over here. I want Mario's Pizza. Mario's Pizza in Seattle, which apparently it's good. I don't know, haven't tried. Don't want to go there. And he gets out of the car, and as soon as he's out of the car, he comes back out, and says, listen, dude, get my sister home safe. That's alright, dude. And he does this 3 times. So drunk off his ass, high off his ass. In the meantime, if I had done anything wrong, I've been in scenarios where people were just bluffing. This guy, he was not of sound mind. Okay, I would have been attacked. This isn't me exaggerating, this isn't me blowing things out of proportion. This guy was drunk and high and heavy on testosterone. So, he gets out the car, I reassure him, oh yeah, I'll drop her off safe. Meanwhile, I'm looking for the nearest police car to file a report. And as we get closer, she leans over and says, was this the worst ride you've ever had? And I lie. I say, no, not really. I've had worse. And this girl, the reason I know she was high was she was horribly paranoid. I look over to the right and she jumps back. Like I'm about to attack her or some shit like that. I mean, it was just a bad scenario. It was a bad ride. It was one of maybe 3 bad rides I've had in my entire Uber Lyft career. So, take this as a lesson, okay? 1, always stay calm, no matter what. 2, I'm not a lawyer, I can't give you legal advice, but I can tell you that over 90% of case law supports doing what is reasonable to protect yourself in a self-defense situation. What a standard person would consider reasonable. If he had gotten to the point where I knew I was being attacked, hitting a light pole would have been reasonable. Because somebody that strong, with a glass bottle, and me in a prone position, like here is the most indefensible position you can be in. And he was right over there. So, if he had hit me with that bottle in my temple, with any modicum of strength, I'd have been done. Your temple is the easiest bone to shatter on your head. It's very simple to shatter. And shattering your temple means you're done. I don't know of anybody surviving that. And otherwise, it could have ended up in a concussion or... I mean, there are a lot of things that can happen when somebody hits your head with a solid object. So, in that scenario, to defend myself, I absolutely would have had. I truly believe I would have had the right to run into one of those poles, and I would have, if I saw it escalating. But I kept calm. That's the key. You've got to keep calm, and if you got to lie your way out of it, I mean, this is one of the very few, and I mean one of 3 lies that I've told in the past 8 years that I knowingly told. Okay? I do not like lying, but in that scenario, telling him that, okay, I'm going to tell them to give you this ride for free, total bullshit. So, let me back up so this car can do whatever the hell he's doing. So if you gotta lie your way out of it, that's fine. Stay calm no matter how hard your heart is pumping. No matter how freaked out you are, you gotta stay calm. In any crisis scenario, that is the #1 rule you will be taught by anybody. You could be taught by a Navy SEAL, you could be taught by SWAT. Any police officer or any high-intensity negotiator, meaning the guys that go out and negotiate in hostage situations, no matter what, you've got to stay calm. You've got to keep a level head. And there's psychology behind it too. If you freak out, then you're not going to make as rational of a decision. It also makes the person behind you more erratic. And in addition, when you speak in a calmer tone, it's the same thing they teach at call centers. They teach you to de-escalate, let somebody burn themselves out, and then de-escalate. So by speaking in a calm tone, they're up here, you're down here, but at some point you're either going to meet them in the middle, or they're going to meet you. So, anyway, I hope this video has helped some of you out there. It's definitely been the main inspiration of creating these guides. So, drive safe. This is the Rideshare Commando. I hope you enjoy these Uber tips and Lyft tips and all this rideshare advice I've been throwing you. And I wish you well.